guys. So I just got the inspiration to talk as I'm driving up to do a massage. I'm on this journey. I started my blog, Low Fat Lotus, and I'm doing this experiment where I have stopped my metformin. I'm still on a couple of other medications for diabetes and high blood pressure. You know, there's a lot of feelings that come along with this diagnosis because it's a lifestyle disease, you could say, and it's related. Well, I want to say this: it's seen as something that's related to just what you're consuming, the food, the types of food, beverages, amounts of food, how healthy you are, how much you exercise, and that's how we're seen, and that's how the whole disease is, from what I understand of what I've seen, is that's how people see it, and that's how I've been looking at it. And it's partially true, but there's a lot of unhealthy people that are slim and don't have diabetes, and you know, it's like this seems like this moral type of issue, if you're good or if you're bad. I'm not saying everyone sees it this way, but this is one of the ways that I've looked at it, and I know I'm not alone. But there's another component to it, which is related to stress and cortisol and adrenaline, and the way your liver handles that. From what little I know, I don't memorize these things, but from my reading and exploring this with ChatGPT, it's about like that when you have high cortisol, your liver dumps glucose into your body, and I can't explain all the mechanisms. But you know, trauma is one basis for diabetes, or what do they call it? Metabolic syndrome is one of the terms they call this as well. And since I'm starting to understand this more, I have more compassion for myself. But that's a topic for another time, because I want to learn more about that. Because I have been meditating, and I feel like that's really started to change my health dramatically over the past couple of years. But the other part is about the diet and what I've needed to do to start to see my numbers go in the right direction. I've been doing recently more of a low-fat, plant-based approach. And I believe in it, and I watch all these videos, Dr. Bernard and the Mastering Diabetes guys, and forks over knives type of, the way they used to be. I think they've changed now. I think they allow for oils. But I wasn't exactly getting the low blood sugar readings I wanted with that lifestyle. And also I've tried durian rider, I've tried high fruit, high sugar, the sugar diet, as people got really into it last spring and summer. I've tried that. I've never been that scientific about it though. I've never been always trying a new diet and then testing my blood sugar after every meal and every morning. I'll go through these kind of fuck it phases where I'm like, oh, let me just try this new thing and follow a diet plan and just kind of hope that it's doing the right thing. And then, you know, later on I'll test and be like, oh man, I'm so high. So what I'm doing differently now, aside from getting off the metformin for a pause, is I'm testing more. And low fat is 100% the right plan for me right now. When I take in too much fat, I definitely see my numbers Not necessarily going that much higher during the day, during like my postprandial, the after meal spike, but it's that in the morning after it accumulates, my morning numbers start to get higher and higher and stay higher. And so this past week and a half I've been doing low fat, but also doing animal protein, chicken breast, turkey slices, non-fat dairy, egg whites. These are the primary things that I use. And I was getting good numbers, and I'm definitely in the much lower range than I've been. But I was I just had an impulse today. I'm like, let me do the starches, the carbs, without as much of the protein, the meats, the lean protein, lean meat. So today's an example of that. I just had like a potato breakfast. I had baked French fries in the air fryer and with ketchup, and I had sugar in my coffee. And within 3 hours, my numbers were starting to get down into like the low 100s, which is for me very good. The low 100s, anywhere 115 or below, is really good numbers for me. I've had double-digit numbers in this past week and a half. Once in the afternoon and once in the fasting numbers in the morning, and that was really thrilling. So anyway, I'm just doing another experiment on top of my experiment. I'm going even more, staying super low fat, because even those lean meats have a little fat in them. So, I'm just going super low fat, mostly starch based. And I have no idea, this is the first day I'm trying it. But I'm trying it, and I'll let you guys know what's going to happen. I think I might not test again till the morning. For me to have the least amount of anxiety is for me to just do fasting numbers, meaning my morning number. Sometimes I'm just curious, and if it's not going to cause me too much stress, I've been, curious, testing an hour after eating, 2 hours after eating, 3 hours after eating to see. But some days I just feel like it stresses me out, and to have to be that on top of it, sometimes I need a break from that. So today, because of the way my schedule is, I may not I may not test again till tomorrow morning and see how my all carb day did. I'm hoping that what's going to happen is it will rise, and then it will come down lower and faster. The past few mornings, my fasting it wasn't going up steadily, but it was going back up a little bit more than I'd like. I want to be 110 or below in the morning. So I was going back above 120 again in the morning consistently, and kind of like no matter what I ate the day before, and I've been taking my walks. And I'm just wondering if I'm eating too much meat, and that the fat in the meat, and I think the protein, it does create an insulin response. Anyway, it's not easy. We're all different, but I want to share my journey, because I'm hoping that just me doing it my way can give other people some ideas to try it, experiment. And doctors are great, and the medications are helpful, and for me, I want to break that cycle of being dependent on medication if I can. And I want to figure it out for my body and what's right for me, because there's a lot of people out there that do heal it if they, change their lifestyle. And stress is part of that. And so for me, my daily meditation, I'm really into Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I have a little routine. I have a few different of his meditations that I bought on his website. There's some on YouTube, that I love and that get me in the vibe. And I feel like when I meditate, I get more connected to truth, and I'm able to follow my impulses more and trust my guidance. And I like to feel empowered. It's like my doctor's my partner. It's like she gives me guidance, she gives me prescriptions, but what I do 24/7, it's completely up to me, and I like to feel empowered in that. So, all right, that's it for now. Bye, guys.